This is Gaylord Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. We're headed toward the backstretch of the season, Week 9, and we couldn't be more fired up about this clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
I caught up with Oklahoma's head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And the Gamecocks headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The run inside. It's Blaylock. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Right back to the well. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Here comes the heat. On target to the left. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first. Grant behind the line. It's Sategna. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, gonna throw it. Left side, it's Sategna. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, it's Blaylock. He gets it so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Rush is on. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And that's the money down, man. Fourth down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play. You're trying to get it through the air. Nothing open downfield. And he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Sategna. Sweet cut there. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Driving forward, it's Blaylock. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Handoff to Xavier. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times here. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
Here's Xavier Robinson. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. He will not get there as the defense stops him again.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
What will the offense dial up on 3rd and goal? Trying to barge in. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollack.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
They've converted on 4th down once, but here's the big one. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown Sooners! Right on the money, he makes the grab in the end zone. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Sellers. Going for a big play right off the bat. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Throwing, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And I think it's safe to say Lenoris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest, this is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Briles at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. Lenoris Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. They're going to ride this running back. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Sellers. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
And that is exactly the execution you want from your zone defense, man. Zone defense means eyes on the quarterback. As soon as he throws the football, eye break. Nice job breaking on the football, being physical, not allowing him to make that catch over the middle of the field.
And that one's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
Out wide left, it's Harris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Moves the pocket. It's Mateer. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30. It's 3rd and short. Hits inside. It's Blaylock. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fool him with the run on 3rd down, and they're looking at 4th and plenty of work to do. The Sooners will call on their punt team. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Trailing 7-0 as they try to get this offense humming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Right back to it. He's past the marker. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Here's Sellers to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Let's send the tight end in motion. Moving the pocket, it's Sellers. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The kick is on its way. Catches it at the 15. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Scoop and scored. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Man, that is a crazy sequence of events, right? There you are, you're the punt returner, you're thinking, our defense just got a 3-and-out. We started this game as well as we can. The last thing you can do is put the football on the ground, and kudos to the punt team getting down the field, recovering it, and taking it in for a touchdown.
I'm about to say, great job being alert, man. That ball gets hit. Once it gets hit, it's live. Now I scoop it up, get some blocking out in front. They take it back to the house. That is the way you start the football game. Your offense didn't do the job, but special teams comes through right away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He's changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush right in his face. There he goes. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Out wide right, it's Blaylock. Found a little bit of room and picked up 8 before he was stopped. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on second and short. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Taking it the other way.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Throws to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Drops back on 1st down. They're all over him. And they got him.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Mateer. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Now, how nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run? Like, that is so much fun to call. Good protection up front, but he just sees space so well. They drop back, he finds the holes, and man, before you know it, he's just chewing up yards and making big plays.
Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Long way to go on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. QB got it himself. At the 20, he's got space. And he's in. Pounded his way in for a score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. Touchback, the ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Running inside, it's Clark. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. The Gamecocks been the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Throwing, Sellers. Look out! Quarterback got it himself. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To throw, it's Sellers. Oh, pressure's coming. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. The Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Sellers. Under pressure. Oh, spin move. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, Week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Louisville taking on the Stanford Cardinal. And it's Louisville trying to close out what would be one of the toughest wins of the season. And that's a big statement considering this team is already 6-1. Let's see if they have what it takes. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the heat. They'll run the screen. Breaks into the open. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Here's Sellers to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Drops back. It's Sellers. He's got him this time. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Quick give. It's McAllister. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Run in the red zone, it's McAllister. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Sellers through the noise. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
So now on comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on. For a touchback. Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Got his man down the middle.
Great job by the defense here, rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Rushes on. Good job just to get rid of that one.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. Left side, it's Sategna. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down.
Man, the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll check the spot. I think they'll have it right around the 40-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Throwing, Sellers. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
And the offense found no success with the backward going pass. How about a forward pass on 2nd and long? Right side, it's Clark. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good.
Open field on the right. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Fires to the wideout. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to...
Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times it looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Just barely enough to tuck it into that right corner. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Motion from the wideout. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blaylock. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here he goes. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, this quarterback has had a lot of success burning this defense with his legs. That time, though, there was nowhere to go. Give the defense credit. They won their one-on-ones up front. Tremendous speed getting to him and bringing him down for a TFL.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Out wide left, it's Robinson. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Straight ahead, it's Sategna. dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Second and long here. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not in this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
Still running at the 40. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on third down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
Got a little space. Fighting off the defender. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll take the penalty and move them back. After the holding penalty, the offense will try to hang on with a 1st and 20. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Unloads in the nick of time.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
After the missed connection, it's second down. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Back's got it on the screen. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. After giving up that score on the last possession, now they need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie things up. The run inside. It's McAllister. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Sellers. Rush right in his face. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Bringing it back. That's It's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his head, you know he was thinking, no, 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 please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you do, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is
always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here's Sellers to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Sellers to throw for it on 4th. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and you needed points. You wanted points badly. But listen, the offense, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get in their 4-minute offense. Now, I got to start preserving that clock, using my timeouts, try to get a stop, and get this ball back to my offense.
The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. And you got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Now on 2nd down. Sets his feet. It's Mateer. They're all over him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent. He will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The Sooners will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A low line drive and not his best work. He's got great speed. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field? On display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll move the tight end. Throwing, Sellers. It's dropped after taking the hit.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Got his man. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Now here's Sellers. He wants it all. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the extra point is good. They still need a touchdown and two-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the fourth. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Blaylock. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. The Gamecocks been the first of their 3 timeouts. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw, it's Mateer. They're working that left side. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their second. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Quarterback takes a knee. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense has taken some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. Turning it on. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out. And that was one the offense needed and the defense had to have, and they could not get the stop.
And the gamble by the head coach and play caller pays off. Of course, if that's incomplete, it stops the clock. So they needed to have it. Great execution at a time where it was so critical.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. You want to talk about building confidence?